Check it and check it out now. Back and forth and back and forth. I would say this is like a game of tennis, but for these two niggas, probably more like badminton, all right? Now, I'm not sure where this beef stemmed from. I don't know where it originated. Maybe it came from the Illuminati sacrificial site while arguing over goat blood and sweatshops, but Drake and Jay Z, they've been slick dissing each other, okay? Of course, to me, it's natural. I mean, Jay Z ushered in the era of subliminally dissing your opponent to death. Then Drake picked up where he pretty much did the same. His most overt diss or mention of somebody he had beef with was pretty much back to back, but we got another track on the horizon. This track that just dropped yesterday called Shining by DJ Khaled featuring Beyonce and Jay Z. We hear from the 47-year-old billionaire mogul, Jay Z, who's going at Drake, all right? He's outclassing Drake on every step because in some regards, Drake just can't compete, okay? Now, let's really recap the beef, and I'll explain that can't compete part, right? Now, what we do know on record about why Jay and Drake are beefing, it kind of stems, at least publicly, maybe stuff happening behind the scenes, but we all know, right? But publicly, Drake criticized Jay-Z's musical content, what he was rapping about in Rolling Stones in an interview when he said, yo, it's like Jay-Z can't even rap without mentioning art. Now, Drake did take shots at the magazine saying they quoted him out of context, but sometimes niggas ain't trying to hear that, oh, I got misquoted shit. Nah, niggas beef, okay? Now, Jay-Z clapped back on a remix off one of Drake's record called We Made It, and he dissed Drake on the record when he said, sorry, Miss Drizzy, for so much art talk, silly me rapping about shit that I really bought, while these other rappers rap about guns they ain't shot, and a bunch of other silly shit that they ain't got. Very slanderous, okay? Basically calling Drake a bitch, all right? Now fast forward a few subtle shots here and there, eventually culminating to what we believe is Drake kind of somehow perceiving that Jay-Z is out to get him. We hear him rap lines about the higher-ups are out to get us, and we're like, Shrekky? Who, nigga? Okay? Maybe he was talking about Diddy when Diddy slapped him, and maybe he's talking about Jay-Z because Jay-Z's out to get him because his run is too long. That's what he's been saying, okay? Now, we did see later on, Jay-Z was trying to get Drake on Tidal as a co-owner. Drake passed that up. He went to get the $20 million paycheck, and he got that from Apple. He basically passed up being an owner to basically being an employee. More shots came when Drake seemingly was paying homage, and this was really during the Meek beef when he said, yo, he was the new Jay, right? Then Jay clapped back on I Got the Keys saying, you can't be me. You don't own your own, all right? Then after that, we saw Drake drop a track with 21 Savage. It was called Sneakin'. Drake responded by saying, you ain't own it right away. You had to wait on niggas. Man, I'm only 29. Have some patience with us. Plus, I never met nobody from my label, nigga. I just pop up with the music, then they pay a nigga, all right? And basically what he's saying is that, nigga, you 47. I'm 30. Give me some time, nigga, all right? However, on the latest track, we see Jay Z seemingly respond to that by Drake by saying, I've been winning so long, it's like an alchemy. I've been playing cards with house money, 21 Grammys, I'm a savage nigga. 21 Grammys, I'm a savage nigga. I shouldn't even worry. Backwards nigga. 12 solo albums, all platinum nigga. I know you ain't out here talking numbers, right? I know you ain't out here talking summers, right? I know you ain't walking around talking down, saying bullshit when you a runner, right? Now, obviously, the lines that are pertinent to Drake is, I know you ain't out here talking numbers, okay? This nigga Drake is quoting all his motherfucking records, okay? Talking about give a real nigga a number one, even though I got 21. Nigga quoting all type of numbers. He know his stats by heart. He know his baseball card, okay? Now, the whole thing about, I know you ain't out here talking summer. Who was talking summers, okay? Summer 16, the Summer 16 tour, okay? So basically, you know he's talking to Drake. And basically, Jay-Z is saying, you're really running around just talking down. All right. Now, this is my thing why Jay-Z brings this subliminal competition in a realm that Drake can't fuck with. Because on a business level, you can't see Jay-Z. And the more y'all have this boss talk through subliminals, you basically see the difference in Jay Z and Drake, when I believe the only advantage Drake might have at this point is that he could probably put in a couple more slick lines and maybe kind of get the fans to feel he either made a better song than Jay or whatever song Jay was on, or get some doper bars than Jay. Again, I'm not saying he's a better rapper than Jay, but he could probably finesse a better verse, or maybe the sweatshop could. However, when you're talking boss talk with Jay, you're going to lose. You can't win. How you going to win against the guy who's actually really the boss? I mean, the song dropped on Tidal. Tidal is its own entity owned by Jay. You're still on Apple Music. You're still rocking with Birdman. You're still rocking with Slim. You're still rocking with Wayne. There ain't nobody that own nothing of Jay. Jay's the ultimate boss. He's the ultimate boss in hip hop. You can't talk boss talk with him. You're going to be trying to do catch up the entire time. And for that reason, I got to say, at least in this back and forth in the last couple tracks, Jay Z's definitely leading him, and Drake is trying to keep up. I think Drake got to switch it up on some critiquing his rapping ability or some shit like that. Because trying to critique or answer back to this boss shit, you're not a boss like Jay, okay? You got merch. That nigga had a clothing line, okay? You basically are a global ambassador for the Raptors. That nigga literally owned part of a team, okay? This nigga is making major moves. You are in the game. You're just not doing it on a boss level like he is, okay? You got $20 million from Apple to work for them. He bought a company, and he runs the company. So we can't talk business when it comes to these guys. Of course, they're different in age. Of course, one guy really got his glow up at a different time. But we can't talk business at all. And I feel like Drake trading bars with Jay Z about being a boss or being that business-wise, I feel is foolish. It's the same thing when you realize, remember when Wayne was trading bars with Jay Z? Right? And they were trying to say who had more money. And then basically Wayne went from saying he had more money than Jay to basically say, well, my daddy Birdman got more money than you, to the point that Jay really checked them both and said, what's up? Let's see what y'all got. To the point now Lil Wayne started crying about money and eventually ran to Jay to basically sign him. Come on now. So we all know you can't talk that boss talk with Jay. You might as well divert the conversation, divert the raps, get into some other shit, critique his last couple albums or something like that, say they've been weak or some shit. Maybe you could get off with that. But talking boss talk with Jay, that's an automatic L, okay? I do like the back and forth, but I feel like the subject matter got to change because I don't see how Drake is gaining any traction when he's talking that shit to Jay, and Jay is literally the ultimate boss. The only other ultimate boss, actually two of them, would be Dr. Dre, and then it would be Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Okay, we could throw Master P in it, but come on now. Okay, Drake, you're not in that level yet. You guys switch the conversation, but I do appreciate the back and forth. That's what hip-hop is for, all right? Get in the comments, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe to Akademiks. Come on.